Chahan is Japan's variation of fried rice. Now we all know that many Asian countries has their own styles of fried rice, like Indonesian nasi goreng or Thai khao pad, but compared to those, Chahan is way easier to make and just as tasty. And to make Chahan, you're going to need some short-grained Japanese rice. Washing and rinsing the rice should be done for any rice dish, so don't be lazy here, dude. The water should be clear or clear-ish before you pop it into the rice cooker, and if you don't have a rice cooker, I don't know what to tell you, dude. Oh, and remember to plug in your rice cooker too. Cooking rice takes a while even on speed mode, so let's prepare our vegetables. We need an onion, diced. And we're going to need a carrot, which we also dice. So to dice it, just peel it first, chop it in half, then cut the sides of it so it's kind of like a square shape. Then fillet it as so. And slice it like this. Then just dice it up easily. You can use meat, chicken or seafood for this, but classic Chahan uses Chashu pork, which is a kind of sweet Chinese spiced pork, which is also used in ramen. I'm using a pre-made Chashu here. Chahan is supposed to be kind of like a fast food, so I didn't want to use 3 hours to make Chashu myself. There is no fried rice without eggs, and Chahan is no exception to that rule. And there's an interesting way to incorporate the eggs into the fried rice here, so I'll show you in a second. Now that you got your mise en place in order, it's time to fry some rice. Throw a ridiculous amount of sesame oil into your pan and put it to medium-low. Now we're keeping it on medium-low because the smoke point of the sesame oil is kind of low. So this will be low and sweet for a while, and then we're going to crank it up at the end. Carrots and chashu go in first, and then we put in the onions. Keep stir-frying it until it smells absolutely amazing. Then it's time to throw in the rice. Throw in just half of your rice and mix it well with everything else in the pan. It should be coated in that delicious sesame and chashu flavored oil. Then throw in all your eggs while still keeping the flame on medium-low. The thing here is to actually coat all the individual grains in the egg mixture before we put in the rest of the rice. Once you're satisfied with your coating process, go ahead and throw in the rest of your rice and mix it well with everything else in the pan. Crank it up to medium-high and then stir-fry it a little bit before we start seasoning. Restaurants in Japan that serve Chahan usually use this spice, which is called Chuka Aji. It's a kind of a Chinese spice with a lot of MSG and good flavor in it, so if you can get this, buy it and then use it for your Chahan. If not, you can use just soy sauce, just be careful with the salt. Seasonings are simple, just some freshly ground black pepper, some of the Chuka Aji, a little bit of garlic powder. I didn't add the salt yet because I want to stir fry it with all the other flavors before I start salting it. Also, the Chuka Aji gives a little bit of saltiness. Throwing in some Worcestershire sauce will help with the color as well as adding some acidity to this otherwise extremely savory and MSG heavy dish. Lots of umami. Taste for seasonings and let your camera woman also taste for seasonings. When you get the thumbs up, you're all good. Once it's done, you're going to need some negi, spring onions. Just sprinkle it on top and you're good to go. Be careful not to eat too many plates of this, it's actually really delicious.